the history affected how cannabis looks today, and that is partly what this work deals about, how this plant we see today with a new potency, it's much more potent than cannabis used to be, how this came about. And that is very much a political history.
En die geschiedenis van cannabis en bij uitbreiding alle drugs start honderden jaren geleden al. Drugs waren het perfecte handelswaar. Dat is een van de aspecten van drugs die visueel kunstenaar Joachim Keuster onderzoekt met zijn fotografie en video's. Vanaf morgen kan je zijn werk bekijken in het museum Dr. Guislain in Gent. Momenteel wordt alles nog in gereedheid gebracht.
The history of drugs is complicated because it's part of our Western colonial history, but it's also, especially when you speak about cannabis or opium or coca, which becomes cocaine, it's also a story about our relationship to intoxication. So as with opium, when opium was used as a medicine, the idea of addiction didn't really exist.
Drugsverslaafden kwamen pas veel later toen opium de VS bereikte. Hetzelfde geldt voor cannabis, dat in de 19e eeuw nog gebruikt werd in de psychiatrie. Het onderzoek was ooit veelbelovend, maar de juiste dosering vinden was moeilijk.
So all the time with cannabis, it goes between being something that's demonized or something that's celebrated, something that has a promising medical potential and then no potential at all. And all this has affected how cannabis looks today.
Heel die geschiedenis en die totale ommezwaai van de perceptie rond drugs geeft Joachim Keuster heel wat om mee aan de slag te gaan.
Well, what I really hope to share is my own fascination about the images and the histories that I've been working with. So it's not really about learning anything. It's really about that, kind of taking part in the fascination and taking part in the whole mystery that we are able to change our perception of things through digesting a plant or plant substance, which I find quite marvelous and quite really interesting. That the consciousness itself is to a large degree, or even though science knows much more about it than they did before, is to some extent still a mystery. And here's something that goes in and affects consciousness.
Altered States loopt vanaf morgen en is nog te zien tot 13 juni 2021.